Yo, welcome everybody to TCR Trinity Competitive Racing, and welcome to a little special week here in TCR. This is the TCR Grand Prix week, and this is the Italy feature for the silver class, round number 9. Tomorrow is the golden classes, Italy feature, and then we have our big main event, the TCR Grand Prix for the platinum class exclusive here on Thursday later this week. It is the silver class here tonight, and as always in season 16, it is myself, C. Freeze, joined alongside Mr. Camden Luca, as we are live on both the YouTube and the Twitch, and I encourage you guys to watch on your preferred platforms. But Camden, welcome to the stream, and a little rushed segment because we're going to go right into qualifying here.
Yeah, people cannot see the behind the scenes as to what it's like to get everything together and get going, but yeah, it has literally been get up and go for both of us, I feel like. I was not awake 20 minutes ago, as a matter of fact, so I'm here, though, and I'm ready to go. This is going to be fun.
I just finished my salad. Here we go.
There you go. Sweet.
So, for those who are unaware, we have a one-shot qualifying lap, which will set a grid for a 5-lap heat race. And that heat race will determine where all the drivers start in the 50% race, which is the feature race.
Yeah, and this is really one of the tests to see how much laps people really put in, because if you have not put in a lot of laps for qualifying and even in practice this week, you're probably not going to get pole position.
F1 Nerd, last week's winner, closing the gap on the Drivers' Championship. Him and Zionicle, P1, P2 at the moment, coming through Lesmo 1, now through Lesmo 2. Who's got the edge? It seems to be Zionicle still. Whoever gets this one-shot qualifying pole, technically pole. Oh, a big cut, and that's invalid by F1 Nerd. Whoever wins this one will get one additional point, and it looks like it's going Zionicle's way.
Ooh, XD Champ had a huge crash in Ascari, and he is done for this qualifying session.
Coming through Parabolica in the McLaren. Zionicle, after a tough week last week, will start this week with a pole position. Here in the one-shot qualifying, he'll grab an extra point, and he'll start at the front for the 5-lap heat.
Big news for our constructors leaders. Both Chabar and F1 Nerd did not finish their lap, so they will be starting outside the top 10.
Yeah, a couple DQs, a couple spins as well from XD and some guy. Want to just mention a little debut for two drivers here tonight, and one of them starting on the front row for the heat, which is Noah's Bowl. He'll be in the Mercedes full-time, so welcome. This is his first race in TCR and in the silver class, as well as Ferrari driver. Maybe a little home track action with Lokini, and it almost sounds like, you know, kind of a Ferrari thing, you know? It sounds
I know.
Like he might be, you know, an Italian name there. So, whatever it is, good luck to both drivers, and hope we see a lot more moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I want to go back to Noah's Bowl for a second. Do you have any idea what that username might be referring to, Seafreeze? I'll give you a hint. It is a NASCAR reference.
Oh, is it that Wendy's guy?
Yeah, so...
Who got fired?
Yeah, NASCAR driver Noah Gregson, he lost some sort of a bet, and he had to get a bowl cut, and it looked really bad. And actually, like, the week after he got the bowl cut, he basically got it ripped off his head because he got in a fight on pit road, so... if you're racing in NASCAR, I don't recommend getting a bowl cut.
Well, let's see. It's Zionicle and the bowl cut on the front row. We got 5 red lights for the 5-lap heat, and we are away. Turn 1 will be interesting. Let's see if there's any incidents. All single file, pretty much. Kluka and D-Swish. Oh, Zionicle goes around! Zionicle goes around, and he is all the way at the back of the grid. He must have gotten tapped.
Wow, big moment there. Zionicle first to last, and we mentioned it. Turn 1 at this track is insane, and it can change just like that.
I'm not too sure who he got hit by. I was maybe thinking it could have been one of the Williams. It seemed like Noah's Bowl and D-Switch were kind of pretty clear. I think it's just kind of that accordion effect you have going into turn 1. Such a slow corner, you know. You start pretty long drag race down to turn 1, and then you have to slam on the brakes into a tight little chicane. You're going to get a couple incidents there, but yeah, Zionicle all the way down in 12th.
Oh, looks like the Haas drivers are going at it here for P6. Pabu went over the curbs, but he's got pressure from Chabar.
Chabar's down the inside of Parabolica. He's going to try and get one of the Haas's here. He'll slip right behind, get the slipstream, and he'll try and do a 2-for-1 special. They don't got oatmeal in Italy. It's more like some pasta. Some pasta. Oh, and look at Pabu. Oh, Pabu, big mistake. He got that all wrong, and he's going to go towards the end here.
Yeah, his teammate, too. I don't know what was up with his teammate, but he basically gave up before the first corner. He braked very early and lost a ton of spots.
And Zionicle gets Joby. Oh, but rear locking. You know what? That could have been it. Because I just saw him go into the chicane here, and he's got a lot of rear locking. That could have been the issue. He could have spun on his own in the first corner on the opening lap.
Yeah, that's very true, because I didn't see any contacts. I didn't catch that moment where he went around, but that is very possible.
That's my guess. I don't think he had any contact. It looked like he was pretty clear at the start, and I think he just had some rear locking, and the car went around on him. But we'll have to see later on.
Yeah, and as we enter lap 3, we're going to start seeing who manages the battery really well, because this is something you don't see too often doing these 5-lappers, and Pilot going to try and take advantage of Noah's Bowl here for P3.
Yeah, around the outside is going to be difficult. Noah's going to get the inside, the preferred line. F1 Nerd following right behind. Right in the backside, I got past some guy. And for the lead, it's D-Swish just about a second. It looks like Kluka does have DRS now. But D-Swish has a lot more battery.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's going to have to rely on that DRS because Kluka has absolutely murdered the battery. And, you know, I get it. Like, you're trying to stay in DRS, but with a couple of laps remaining, that might be a little bit too low on the battery at this point in the race.
Now remember, whoever wins this heat will start on the front row for the feature. They'll also get 3 additional points. If you finish in second, you get 2 points. If you finish in third, you get 1 point. And whoever has the fastest lap, which if I could find it here, which is currently Kluka with a 21.3, you will also get an additional point. Oh, his Chabar is disconnected.
Yeah. I will get him an invite.
And for the front, Kluka is closed in on D-Swish. And they're going to go side by side through the chicane. Kluka is going to get the lead. Wow, he closed that up real quickly. I don't know if that was the DRS or if there was any mistake by D-Swish, but now a lap and a half left in this thing. It'll have to be decided between the two of them. D-Swish got a 50% battery, so he's got a lot of work with him. He's going to probably have a great opportunity going into turn 1 as he sees the light blinking on the back of Kluka.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like I said, he was really aggressive on that battery, but it's looking like he made a good decision and he might win this race.
Another pair, the Williams Pilot is going to go down the inside in Parabolica. F1 Nerd is going to look real pretty here. He's going to get a nice toe for the moment. Now Noah gets it. F1 Nerd closing in on Pilot. Oh, and we have I think something died. So we died here.
You died.
Everything went kaput.
All right, well, I'll try and fix that kaput. I'll get you an invite here.
Yeah, it says everybody's...
Yeah, that you
No,
disconnected on my
it
screen.
looks like somebody won. It's over.
I don't know what just happened with Kluka. Kluka's down to P8. I know you might not be looking at what I'm looking at, but Kluka's down to P8 right now. And D-Switch has a 5-second gap. Now, keep in mind, too, Seafreeze, Chabar did leave the session, so that's probably... We're thankful this is just a 5-lapper, because we're going to need to reset the lobby for sure.
Well, make sure you get a screenshot of the results there.
Yeah. D-Swish...
I don't see it.
Yeah, D-Swish into Parabolica for the final time. He's got a 5-second gap over Chabar, but Chabar not going to get counted, I don't think. D-Swish P1, F1 Nerd.
See,
we'll wait for...
Yeah, I don't think that's right, though.
Yeah, we'll wait for the results to all come out.
I think we might have to restart this. I think that was a... Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Well, yeah. Let's hit the restart button.
I think we got to go back from the one-shot quality. I think we got to do a grid set for the 5-lap.
Okay.
Because I don't think F1 Nerd was second. I thought it was Kluka D-Swish up there.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it did say D-Swish won. It said that F1 Nerd right there, driver of the day, finished on the podium as well. So maybe the leaderboard was just funky on that final lap. It might have reset at the end. Kluka, something happened with Kluka because he didn't even get a podium. Yeah, he finished in P10. I think something actually happened to him, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with this 5-lapper. I'll take the screenshot results. F1 Nerd and Pilot ended up rounding out the podium, which sounds about right, but we're going to have to see what happens. This will be a little intermission, folks, so just stay tuned. Get some food, some popcorn if you want some.
I'm confused I don't know if Chabar's, if you could get another lobby going, but you in the lobby?
I'm in the lobby right now.
Oh. Right.
Let me tag Chabar.
Maybe it was just me and Chabar, I don't know. If everybody was fine, then everybody's fine, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, looks like we're fine. Okay.
Do you see, what's the podium looking like on your screen? The results.
Oh, I'm not in there yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm in just
it said
in the
you
lobby.
Joined back. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It looks like they were able to finish fine. And you know what? That is fine. Yeah, I think Kluka had an issue. I think he spun. So yeah, it's D-Swish, F1 Nerd, Pilot, Noah's Bowl, Zionical, Halberg, Chabar, some guy, Joby, Kluka, Pabu, Lokini, and XD. That sounds about right. Zionical got the fastest lap. Okay.
Yep. I definitely say we need to back out of this lobby though and make a new one.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, let's get that.
I can make it if Chabar is not ready.
Yeah, how about you make it?
Okay, sure.
Let me do an announcement, and we'll do.
Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is a little intermission, but we'll get everything situated here in a couple minutes.
Yeah, I usually don't disconnect, but I think once the host went, I think it got a little unstable there.
Yeah, could be the track too. You remember last season at this very track, we had similar circumstances. So maybe it's something with the Italian air that doesn't suit these cars.
All right. There we go. Yeah, Chabar said Kluka spun. Yeah, that sounds about right. New lobby.
Wow.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Try not to invite any platinum guys in here.
Yeah. I'm trying not to invite any golden guys. Force of habit.
I invited whoever I had on my list, at least people I think that race. That'd
Cool.
be interesting. I know we don't allow drivers to reserve downward, probably for good reason, but it's kind of like NASCAR. They allow some of the Cup drivers to go down to the Xfinity Series or the Truck Series, but they only give them a certain amount of times that they can do it. I wonder if it would be interested. I'd be interested to see play around with the idea of allowing drivers to possibly race below, but their results don't count.
Mm. Yeah, we could definitely play with that and
Would
just
I wonder?
see.
I wonder if that would, and you'd get like a certain amount of maybe you only do it once. You can only do it once or something like you can't do it every week, but every now and then. I don't know. Could get funky, but
So I'm having the same issue that Chabar had a few weeks ago. You know how he couldn't adjust the safety car? I've got the same thing where it's grayed out. Same with formation lap. So I
on
don't
the
know how to fix that.
on the top, what is it? Are you an expert?
I'm on expert, yeah. Maybe I could just like hit casual, standard, expert. No, it's still on there. I'm gonna tag Jabbar.
I'm pretty sure there's got to be.
I've never had that where it's been grayed out for me, but um,
It says safety car's off, but because it's grayed out, you're saying.
yeah, I can't adjust it. That's why. So
Yeah, that would be pretty. I don't know. I don't know what to do. You can't.
Oh boy. Once in a blue moon, right?
I don't know. I don't know what you would do.
He
Try.
said he messed with the weekend structure, so I'm just gonna
Oh
mess
yeah.
around with that. I'm
Maybe
just gonna just
restart it. Go to F2 and then go back to, or go to, I don't
okay.
know. Maybe not do maybe don't do that, but
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna mess with the weekend structure and just
let's
see.
see. We got to get one more person.
That's still grayed out. You didn't load. Hmm.
Now we are missing one person. I think maybe it could be D-Swish.
Oh, there we go. It's all fixed.
Oh, good. Now I think
Cool.
there's just one person we're missing. I don't know who it is.
Um.
Chabar, we have Kluka, we got F1 Nerd, we got Zionicle, he's got to pick a car.
Yeah.
D-Swish, I don't see D-Swish.
I did send him an invite, so I'm going to customize the grid right now, just because that's something we got to do.
Yeah, well it starts with D-Swish.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Just gave him another invite. We'll get him in here.
Typical technical difficulties.
Yep. Wouldn't be a Monza race without it. I think we're. Oh, there he is. Is he? Did he join? Yep, he did join. All right, I will
He did?
customize the grid. Yep, he's in here. There's 13 people.
Yeah? Not for me. Oh, there he is.
Silly goose. All right, let me customize this thing.
So for those who are just tuning in or possibly sticking with us, we just did our qualifying format, which started off with a one-shot qualifying, and that was won by Zionicle. He got an additional point to the championship. We then did a 5-lap heat race, which sets the grid for this 50% feature race, which is coming up shortly. D-Swish won that, getting 3 points. F1 Nerd finished in second after starting pretty much way in the back. I don't know exactly where he. Actually, I will say he started 12th, so almost last two. He had a really good heat race there. He picks up 2 points, and Pilot in the Williams finished third. He'll grab 1 additional point. Zionicle, after spinning on the opening lap, turn 1, finished 5th. And only gets 1 more additional point for having the fastest lap. So he gets 2 on the day. F1 Nerd gets 2 on the day. D-Swish gets 3. Pilot gets 1. And now we're going to a 50% race, which is normal points as every week. This format is the same as tomorrow for the Golden Class. And then on Thursday, depending on how many drivers we get, we'll do, if we get 16 or more, we will do 3 rounds of one-shot quality 5-lap heat race. If we get from, I guess, 11 to 15, we'll just do 2 rounds of it, and I don't expect we'll get less than that. I don't think we'll just have 10 drivers, but if that were to be the case, we would just do 1 round. So that's basically the difference between the TCR Grand Prix and these features for Silver and Golden is silver and golden, you only get one round in qualifying, whereas in platinum, you would get the 3.
Okay. Can you just go through the order, the grid, and just double check that that's correct? Because I think we should be good to go if that's all set.
I can't see.
Oh, you can't? Okay.
No, I don't know where they're starting.
Pretty sure that's yeah, it's fine. Just want a second reference on it, but I think we're good to go.
Sweet.
Unless if anything else happened.
Oh, I think we're getting Oreo in here. He could still join. Wait, hold up. He might join for the 50. I don't see him, but we do have to go, so that's unfortunate.
He can't join, like if I give him an invite right now?
He can join, yeah. But
Okay.
we can't wait too long if he's on.
No, we won't wait. I'll just send him an invite. We'll just see if he joins, but yeah, we should definitely get going. It's been quite the intermission.
Yeah, I'll put the thing out. I did put the thing out. Nobody wants to go, so we're chilling.
Yep. I guess we can just sit here all night. We could do the podcast right now.
Yeah, we'll return it next week. We're gonna return it next week.
Sweet.
Yeah, the last one we did was the little Japan live, which was pretty late. Actually had a decent amount of views, I think, just based off of people searching for stuff being live or whatnot. Why are we're not gonna go tonight? Oh, Oreo just sneaked in. Look at that. I think that's what everybody was waiting for. He's like, sorry guys. It's like he's like late to the class. He just walks in and sits in the back of the classroom. He's like, yeah, I was here all day. What do you mean?
Yeah, I definitely didn't join 30 minutes late into class. Yeah, how was the quiz? Good?
I was just at the bathroom.
Must have been pulling a flip-flop.
Yeah, well, big shit, for sure.
All right, well, now that we're in here, Seafreeze, it is that time.
Woo!
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir. It is that time, prediction time. If you are watching on either YouTube or Twitch, leave your predictions down below. Yeah, feel free to hit the like button and send some more comments in. We have a lot of stuff in the description if you're new and wanting to find out more. But as everybody's picking their setups, hopefully they're picking their setups and strategies. Yeah, I'll let you go first, Cameron.
Okie dokie. Well, I gotta say, Zionical's had a rough few weeks, but I liked his pace in that 5-lapper, going from first to last and then back up into the top 5. So I think Zionical's gotten his mistakes out of the way, and he's going to get P1. I'm going to go with Kluka in P2. I also think, well, I think he's gotten his mistakes out of the way, but we've seen the last 2 weeks, Seafreeze. He's been able to come from the back and finish up front. So I'm going to pick him second. And then I'm going to go with the rookie. Noah's Bull going to get his first podium.
Wow.
Yeah.
Quite the prediction there.
Right?
Let's see what everybody's tires are starting on. As we start the formation lap, D-Swish is on the soft tires, Halberg on the softs, Joby and Oreo all on the soft tires, everyone else on the mediums, which is definitely interesting. No goers on the hard tires. I think you'll see the total opposite later on this week in the Platinum class. But based off of this, I really like Pilot. I think he's going to get the win here. I think F1 Nerd's going to stay put. I think he'll get second. And I think Zionical will be P3 here tonight. I don't know. I really didn't like that rear locking. It looked very... I don't know if he had issues, and that's what caused the spin. I think he might have gotten contact by looking at the Discord, but... not too sure. It looked a little sketchy for my liking. Nice helmet, though. I will say, nice helmet. That is, I don't know what that is on the top of that helmet, but that is a nice pairing. Good job.
Yeah, you know that I am a critic when it comes to helmets, and that helmet is very nice, and it matches pretty well with that orange McLaren.
And the home team of Ferrari, Halberg in 6th. And he has a new teammate in Lokini starting in 12th.
Yeah, Lokini's had a bit of an issue here on the formation lap. It looked like he and Pabu got together, and the game does not like it when you make contact under formation lap, and their tires are going to be ice cold for the start of this race.
D-Swish is going to be interesting. He's going to be starting this race on the softs, and that's probably why I haven't picked him to be on the podium, because I just don't think that strategy will work out the best. Monza's a very quick race. I always say you turn it on, you turn it off. 27 laps around the Temple of Speed. It goes pretty quick. So you can't really afford too many mistakes, although you will see some DNFs. You'll see some out of Ascari and possibly Parabolica or the Lesmos, but we're getting 5 red lights for the feature here in the silver class, the Italy feature, round number 9 in season 16. D-Swish gets a good start even after having a disqualified formation lap parked. Zionical splits down the middle. He's going to go into turn 1. Oh, he's going to get hit again, this time avoiding a spin. It's like a car park through turns 1 and 2. Noah's Bowl going down a few positions.
I think they made it through clean, Seafreeze. No spins. These guys had a good opportunity to fix their mistakes from the 5-lapper.
Yeah, I think the mentality has definitely shifted from 5-lap heat to now a 50% long-distance race.
I will say, though, Hallberg, something happened with him. He lost 6 spots, and oh, there's an issue!
Oh, yeah. Lokini in his first race. He's got no... Oh, and he's out. And that is... Oh, safety car. I don't know if... It looked like he was just trying to get the car turned around, but it also looked like he was maybe a little mad at the moment and basically took himself out of the race.
Yeah, that looked pretty innocent. It looked like he was just trying to spin the car back around and didn't realize how close he was to that barrier.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's intentional, but I think he might have gotten a little mad in that situation, and then he just tried to get back going as quickly as possible, and yeah, that wall came up real quick. Chabar pits as well as Kluka. They're probably going to put the hards on. Any damage? Yeah, new wing for Chibi. Kluka, new wing. I like the helmet too. He's repping the stars tonight.
Yeah, I like the helmet. I don't like the strategy. He's going to go with the soft tires here.
XD is also pitted, went onto the soft tires. I think he might have picked up a little damage. So
yeah,
that safety car doesn't really change much strategy-wise. It just allows people who had a little bit of damage to get back into it.
You know what? Kluka is definitely giving me the Logan Sargent vibes. He's an American driving the Williams, and he's really making it known that he's an American with that patriotic helmet of his.
Yeah, good comparison. I do like Logan Sargent. I think he's had a lot of hate this season. I feel like for his first season. I feel like it's hard to judge someone off of one season, their first season as well. I feel like he could have done probably better at times, but I think he definitely deserves a second shot. But I don't know if he's going to get it. I don't think it's decided yet.
That's the last seat that needs to be filled, but I definitely think he should get a second chance. You know, it's not fair to go and judge somebody based off of one season. You know, not everybody's going to have a Lewis Hamilton type rookie season where you're competing for the championship right off the bat. You know, it's just unrealistic. Even Max Verstappen, when Verstappen first came in, he was good, but he was crashing a lot of cars. So
right.
Things don't happen overnight.
I mean, you could also make the comparison. You know, Piastri has had a great, first season, and he's pretty much on par with Lando for most times out on track. But yeah, that's also very hard to do. Although McLaren's a lot better of a car than the Williams is, and I don't know. I don't know if it really pays much to keep switching the drivers all the time. I think the car has more to do with it. So if you want Sargent there long term for the future, you think he has potential, I'd give him at least another year and then work off of that. I feel like it's always around 2 to 3 years that some of the rookies get. After 3 years, if they didn't do anything in there, they usually are either out of the sport or they do stay around.
Looking like the safety car is coming in this lap, so well, we got a safety car here early on, but D-Swish gonna lead us back to green.
Yeah, and he'll have those soft tires, hopefully in a nice tire window, temperature-wise, and it'll be up to him to decide when to go. And we're going now. Can't overtake before the start-finish line. Everybody's single file. Zionicle, though, will be the first to make an opportunity. And he'll go around the outside into turn 1 on his championship rival now. Closed in a bunch last week. F1 Nerd goes behind. A little bit of contact, and it's Pilot into the wall. As well as Noah's Bowl with no front wing.
Wow.
I saw a Pilot trying to go through those styrofoam aero boards. It doesn't work.
Yep, can't do that.
It's literally impossible. There's no way to do that. They always put the styrofoam like too close. You can literally not go through the maze of styrofoam arrows.
I have seen at short tracks in America there's certain tracks that literally only use styrofoam as the walls on the outside, and anytime someone hits them, the styrofoam just goes flying everywhere. So
Really?
maybe, oh yeah, yeah. If you, I don't know what specific tracks, but it definitely exists where they have walls that are just made of styrofoam.
Interesting. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, there's probably a reason for that because I don't think it's the most innovative thing in the world, but I guess it saves money. I guess.
Hell, I'll make them out of bubble wrap.
You might want to put some bubble wrap on these cars, honestly.
So your back green, Zynical. Woo! He's coming quick. And he'll get back into P2. Chabar down the inside on Kluka. He'll get the position for 9th.
Hey, shout out to Oreo real quick.
Yeah.
Look where he's at after 5 laps.
And he just started class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be hard to get up in the podium, though, when he's already got a point deduction for his late attendance.
Better late than never, though. Oh, nice helmet as well. Has got the pink and orange. Little design on top.
Oh, crash, and Joby's out.
Joby's out. And we're not going to be able to see it by the time Noah's Bowl gets over there, but it was out of Lesmo 2, which is a very common point of, having a DNF. Lokini crashed there. DNF'd was the first one out of the race. Now Joby is the second driver, victim by Lesmo 2.
Yeah, it's such a tight corner. Either you get sideways on corner exit, or if you have situations where you're side by side and there's a little bit of contact, so easy for a car to just go off to the right and into the barrier.
This might be a few laps too, because we have to make sure we have to wait for Nose Bowl and Pilot to come back around. But I've always said Italy, Monza is a pretty difficult track because it might look pretty easy. You have not many corners, mainly just chicanes and lots of straightaway. But in the race, it is very, very difficult because you're on high fuel and you're probably running low downforce. So the cars aren't that stable. And they're big, aggressive braking zones. And especially on this game, if your brake bias, probably pressure and setup isn't right, you could get some rear locking or instability in the braking zone, especially into turn 1, which is the biggest braking zone on this track, but also going through turns 4 and 5. Even some of the Lesmos could be unstable. Really, all the braking zones are pretty sketchy, and even the exits as well, because you have low downforce, so you're trying to bring all the speed through the Lesmos, through Ascari, through Parabolica, and the car just loses the grip, especially on higher fuel loads. So it's one of the more difficult tracks. I'd say it kind of is underestimated a little bit, in my opinion.
Oh, there was just an issue. It looked like a collision with Oreo and XD Champ, and Oreo just fixed his wing in the pits, so not sure if he got any wing damage, but it has not been a good safety car for Oreo.
Yeah, he did pit, now he's in 11th, and he's got, what was that, 5 seconds? Yeah, 5 seconds. He's going to serve it now, which I wonder if you could do. I believe you can.
Yeah, definitely. There's no rule as to when you can serve it, whether it's under safety car or under green. I want to see if he changes a wing here. XD is changing a wing, so I'm sure we'll see a replay in the stewards afterwards.
There he goes. Yeah, I think the only penalty you can't serve under a formation lap is a drive-through penalty. But other than that, yeah, time penalties are good. So it's a pretty smart decision there. And he's got the hards. He's got a hard on. He's going to the end.
Mm. Yep. It's always good to have a hard on at this point in the race. Speaking of somebody that's got the hard on right now, with Shabar with the hard tires, and you know what? I want to go over his stats real quick because this guy is Mr. Consistency. His finishes this season, I'm going to read them off rapid fire. 5th,
Gotcha.
2nd, 5th, 6th, 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 5th.
All right.
And where is he right now?
6th. 5th.
Well, he's passing
6th.
for. It's almost like he hears us. Yeah, no, like it was so funny because last season we kind of made a joke that Chabar always finished 7th. But this season he's bumping it up just a couple of spots, it seems like, and that's how consistent he is. And Pabu just got a penalty. He was going very slow under yellow flag.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't understand that. Yeah, everybody was kind of going slow there. They couldn't pass Pabu. I don't know what the delta was showing him on his screen. But man, this safety car is just going to continue on. Oh man.
Yeah, I feel like there's been more incidents under this safety car than the whole race, which is saying a lot because we've had 2 incidents that have caused safety cars, but there's never a dull moment here at Monza, that's for sure.
Yeah, we've had some great races in the past. Monza always has some good races.
Now I gotta wonder about D-Swish. Because he's still got those soft tires that he started out with. So he could probably end up pitting for the medium tires here in a few laps and do a soft medium strategy pretty successfully.
Yeah, I can't imagine his tire wear is that bad. Even though we're under safety car, the tire percentage will continue to go up, but not at the rate you would have under green. So he could probably go another 5 laps or so, and maybe put the mediums on and go to the end of the race. So this strategy is actually working out really good for him based on all the safety cars we've been having.
Yeah, and he's been quick this season too. In the races he showed up, he's always either gotten a podium or competed for a podium. So he's going to be a threat here to win this race.
We're going back green. Zionical is going to put some pressure on him. But I don't think he'll have anything into turn 1 for this time. He does close up, but just not enough under the braking further down. It's about single file all the way through.
I'm very impressed with these guys. That was a very clean restart, but here's F1 Nerd under pressure.
Have to concede the position to some guy. He'll have to fall back in line. Oh, he hits that curve pretty well. He's got his teammate right behind him. I wonder what he's going to do. A little fighting in the background. I think it was one of the, maybe, I don't know who that was. Well, sticking into position here. Zionical is going to get the lead here easily without DRS. Man, that is very quick in a straight line.
Oh man, Kluka got by Hallberg, and Hallberg gave him about maybe an inch of space on that outside line, but Kluka is cooking. Oh, an Oreo! Jeez, that was a major impact. That's got to be a safety car.
Man.
Oh my gosh, I caught that at the last second. I hope he's okay. That was a huge head-on hit in Ascari. Oh, boy, there's not many Rex Seafreeze that gets my heart jumping a little bit. That scared me.
Wow, we're gonna have to see it on the on the shorts or something because I totally missed it. I missed every crash so far.
I'll save that replay. That was I caught it at the last second. He absolutely killed the wall. Not sure how the contact happened though.
Well, he did. He did just wake up from a nap, missed the little bit of the beginning, and now he basically just went back to bed in a coma from hitting the wall so much.
Yep, well, hey, a little summary of Oreo's day. He showed up to class late, did great on the quiz, but when it was time for the final exam, he flunked it.
Now this is interesting because that safety car once again kind of split this pack in two, because we have a bunch of drivers at the front, including Chabar. He's definitely got to be shoved up right now. He's got Kluka behind him, leading this race. They're on the hard tires, and they're going to the end, possibly. Man, they could go for it. Chabar maybe not so much, although he could, with all these safety cars, I'd definitely give him a shot and go as long as he can. But then we have the second group, which is Zionical, D-Swish, some guy, F1 Nerd, and Noah's Bowl, who are basically at the front of the pack, now just pitted. And they're going to have to come through these 6 drivers here, as Zionical just got to the back of Pabu.
Some guy is back in the pits after he was just in. I wonder if he's going to change the wing? He's going to go on hards instead. Okay, that's interesting. So I just got a little bit of an update as to what happened in that Oreo incident. Looks like he's not too thrilled with Pabu, so I can anticipate that there was maybe a little bit of contact there going through the last corner of Ascari.
Maybe some contact.
Yeah. For sure, but, Chabar, last week he was in a very precarious position at one point in the race. He was leading. He was fighting for a podium before he had contact with Pilot, and now he's back up in the lead again. So we'll see what happens on this restart, but he will have control. And I know that he and F1 Nerd do communicate, so F1 Nerd probably going to get a pretty sporty restart here in a couple seconds.
Yeah, this is going to be, you know what they say, safety cars breed more safety cars. I think we're going to get one very soon. Chabar, it's now his turn to decide when to go. Kluka trying to pull alongside, which you're not technically allowed to do. It was only a little bit, and it doesn't really help him out too much. Chabar now gets the go-ahead. Coming into turn 1, Kluka's close, but he'll have to go in behind. Coming through, Pabu, side by side with XD. Zionical trying to get past D-Swish, or D-Swish trying to get past Zionical.
Oh man, they made contact there. That was almost disastrous.
Oh, Ferrari of Halberg had to cut the chicane. He enters and rejoins fine.
And again, Zionical and D-Swish. Zionical hit the brakes, luckily. That was almost disastrous for him, though.
And the Mercedes were having a nice battle, too. F1 Nerd out on the back. Chabar's teammate leading the race. Oh, whoa! Oh, that's a big one. Kluka's out. And how, that has to be a safety car. Oh, that was a big crash.
You know how I felt last incident with Oreo, man. Ascari is quite the fast, dangerous corner, and that's a shame for Kluka, though. He had a pretty good race going.
Man, Zionical now with D-Swish, Noah's Bowl too. Here he goes down the inside. He's going to get D-Swish.
That was a 2-for-1 right there. Got by Noah's Bowl and D-Swish on the straightaway.
It's just the slipstream is so powerful with the battery as well. D-Swish was kind of able to stick right behind him.
Oh, and Zionical had to really brake there. He almost got into Paboo, and that messed up his entire chicane.
Going back to the front, Jabbar now under pressure by another Williams. This time it's Pilot. As DRS is not enabled yet. He's holding on for the time being.
It looks like D-Swish is struggling here. He got by Noah's Bowl, and now F1 Nerd applying the pressure, and that was quite the easy overtake.
Oh, Pilot, another issue. Pilot, I think he got overtaken by Halberg. Might have half spun it out of Parabolica. Man, there's so much going on. I don't even know what to do.
I know, it's crazy. Zionical, though, looking... Oh, he just got body slammed by Paboo!
Oh, he's
sends Paboo
off the top rope!
Wow.
Wow.
What? Man, I think he's going to be pissed with Paboo. Paboo absolutely body slammed him, and then Zionical, I think, was a little upset.
He went off the top rope. Zionical has no wing now. He has to get another. He's got to go back in.
I'm telling you, though, this is big. Zionical has not been on the podium for the last 3 weeks, looking for possibly 4 in a row. And his championship rival now up to 6, looking for 5th.
Now, this is crucial, too, for Jabbar, because now he's with people he knows he can beat. He knows he can beat Halberg. He knows he can beat XD and Paboo. Noah's, very new. He's got his teammate. Oh, little slidey from the Mercedes. F1 Nerd will come and take the position there. So Red Bull looking very strong here.
Take a look at D-Swish, too. D-Swish has front-end damage. He's going to have to come in and make a pit stop as well. So some of the fastest drivers at the start of this race about to come into the pits. Oh, Zionical, he does hit him a little bit.
And Halberg actually gets past Jabbar with some DRS. It was a nice, easy move into turn 1.
Oh, Paboo got it all wrong. He hits the Mercedes, and there's a wreck.
It's a Royal Rumble. Pilot spun around. Oh, and we're going side by side.
I feel like we need a side-by-side camera the way the NBC does. Oh, and some guy got it all wrong. Paboo cuts the corner. Here comes some guy on his teammate.
Man.
Yeah, these guys came to play today. This is quite nuts.
These two Mercedes, I know Noah just entered the class tonight. They've been battling crazy in this race, and they've been pretty much together the entire race as well. Let's go back to the front here and see what that gap is with Jabbar and Halberg. Jabbar does have the DRS. He's closing back in. Seems like Halberg's got a little bit more pace at the time. But as long as you stick with the DRS, it's pretty nice. The top 4 are. They're all within the DRS now.
I like F1 Nerd situation. Freshest tires, closing on the front 3, and I want to do a little stat research, but I don't know if the top 3 have ever won a TCR Silver Class race.
I'm going to have to say no, they have not.
I'll do a quick Google search on the TCR website and we'll confirm this, but Hallberg and Chabar are both longtime drivers here. It would be cool to see these two going at it for the victory, possibly.
F1 Nerd, he's got to understand the situation. Oh, right under the back of him. Wow.
I don't think he is, Seafreeze.
I don't think he is either. Because he sees his championship rival in the back. He had issues. He had to pit again. And he has an opportunity to grab a huge amount of points, really close in on that championship, and possibly almost lead the thing if he could win this race, as he gets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and it gets overturned by some guy. F1 Nerd's going to send it on Chabar. And I think that was... Oh, and he spun him! No, he spun him! Oh, but it was a quick one.
Yeah, that's a rare moment for the Foundation teammates. I'm sure they'll be reviewing that after the race.
That's what happens. It's almost like a Weber-Vettel moment. Once the Red Bulls start doing good, they start to have altercations within the family.
I did just do a research check. Hallberg has never finished on the podium in the silver class.
Like never?
According to the website, never.
F1 Nerd. Where's he gonna go? There's nowhere to go. Oh, Chabar blocks XD.
Well, these guys need to start settling things out because they are hurting themselves here, and Hallberg is just going to pull away.
Here comes the pair of the Mercedes as well. Yeah, F1 Nerd definitely gets past on this front stretch here.
He has to, I think.
But he doesn't get the slipstream here. He's just getting the DRS, and some guy is going to get such a tow. He'll get at least Chabar. I think that's all he'll get.
Are you sure?
Yep. Oh! Oh, man.
It has not been a good couple of laps for Chabar.
He does have a pretty worn tires at this point of the Grand Prix. Everyone else around him has a lot better tires. And now he's just... Yeah.
Getting it all wrong, as you would say. Noah's full. Boy, he was looking at that Lesmos wall being like, please no. I've seen a couple of my friends today hit that wall.
Yeah, sometimes when you start losing some time or, start getting overtaken, it puts you in different positions. And, yeah, Chabar just got freight trained right there by lots of cargo.
Yeah, I'm quite shocked, though, that Hallberg has never been on the podium. He's been a very consistent driver in this class, very rarely ever DNFs, always getting points. But now this is the ultimate test, because F1 Nerd is closing, and he's got less than 10 laps to try and hold him off.
Yeah, and it's not much of a tire difference as well, 13-9, and F1 Nerd, he has company behind him, so maybe they could work together a little bit. I kind of doubt that in this day and age.
Me too.
I think, a lot of people try and fight for the position rather than working with each other to close the gap ahead, but it does seem to start to come down a little bit. They're under 2 seconds now.
I do just want to give a quick points update because we are in the second half of the season and it's important, especially with this scenario. We'll see where F1 Nerd finishes, but as of now, F1 Nerd and Zionicle, it'll be a 1-point gap going into next week.
If they remain as is.
Correct.
So if F1 Nerd wins this race, he'll be the championship leader.
Yes, sir.
That's big.
Yeah. And really, I remember us talking, he was the favorite going into this season. And Zionicle really looked like he was going to win the championship with a few races to go on the season, but it shows you it's a long season and things can change in a hurry.
They definitely can. They definitely can. And F1 Nerd, he knows what he can do now. He's closed the gap. I think he has the speed over Halberg. I think once he gets to him, it should be an easy pass. And he just has to worry about his battery. He's got pretty low. He's got about 14%. Some guy, Noah, both got around 30, 33%.
Oh no! Oh my gosh, he did it again.
Who?
Noah's Bull, out of the chicane, did that little slide down to the inside, and he's outside of DRS now.
F1 Nerd with a time penalty.
Oh boy, it is not over yet for Hallberg, and some guy has a penalty as well. Hallberg's in the catbird seat, I'm telling you.
Halberg is, and then Noah's Bowl is as well, if he can get through the traffic.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, Noah's Bowl. I did put him on my podium, but there's a real chance, Seafreeze, he could win this race.
Yeah, because I still think F1 Nerds, he's going to get past him at some point. I think he'll get past Halberg. I don't think he'll be able to make a gap, but he could maybe make a gap on Halberg if he and some guy kind of get away. That is a possibility.
Oh, Chabar got the chicane all wrong, has to cut it. Don't think he picked up a penalty there, or probably a warning, but for the lead.
Here we go. Oh, very close. Through turns 4 and 5, F1 Nerd takes the lead.
He's going to get a double overtake right here.
Halberg down to third. Oh, and there's contact, and he spins, and he's out. Oh, no.
Safety car. And Noah's Bull hit him. There may be damage to that Mercedes. I think there is. I have to can't get a good camera angle, but he definitely looked tight going through Lesmos as if he had some sort of wing damage. Oh my goodness.
It's not another podium. It's not a first podium for Halberg.
He did. Yeah. Oh yeah, Halberg. Oh gosh, that's almost in position to win the race, and now Noah's Bull has front end plate damage. So you know what? Guess who's looking for another podium here in TCR? It's Chabar.
Yeah, well, he's going to pit, though, because I don't think he's going to take those hards all the way to the end. So he'll put on some softs or whatever he's got left. And I think a lot of drivers are going to pit, too. So anybody going to stay out? I could see maybe D-Swish and people behind, but they're not going to get track position in time. I think these guys will come out ahead. So this actually works out pretty perfect for them.
D-Switch has front end plate damage, I just noticed, so he's going to be definitely pitting to get some new wings, and it looks like everybody else going to come in as well. Oh, and you know what, Seafreeze? That Red Bull double stack just put XD Champ up into the top 3, and he does not have a penalty.
That's true. Very true. XD is a new driver this season. I think he joined a couple races in. Not too sure exactly what round. I'm just gonna guess Abu Dhabi. I don't know. Did we even race there this one?
Abu Dhabi?
Yeah.
In round 3.
Sounds about right. I think that's when he started. Total guess.
Man, I'm telling you, Seafreeze, I say this every week, but it seems like the racing is getting crazier each race, and this has to be possibly the race of the season. Not just because of the safety cars, but all the storylines up front, the championship contenders. It seems like, has there been anybody that hasn't had some sort of mistake or issue today? I mean, everybody has had some sort of contact or a penalty. It's like, it's the wild, wild west out here in Italy.
To be honest, it's a lot like super speedway racing. I love to make comparisons F1 to NASCAR, but it really is with the DRS. You know, there are only two DRS zones, but there's a lot of straights that connect um, everybody together. It's hard to get away from people, and yeah, when one person spins or wrecks like Halberg did in Lesmo 1, he kind of blocked the track horizontally, and there went Noah's Bowl right into him and collected some other drivers. So it's very doable. Like I said earlier in this race, it's a difficult Grand Prix because you have low downforce, heavy fuel. Now at this point it'll be light fuel. This will be very similar to what the drivers did in the 5-lap heat race. So whoever did good in that will probably do pretty well here. But you have big braking zones, and also there's, you know, gravel and grass right on the edge of the track. So if you do go off, you're gonna dunk into that old school circuit here. There's a lot of scenarios.
Pabu will be the only one starting on mediums, and that's big for Zionicle, because Zionicle, I'm sure, is just licking his chops at an opportunity to keep the points lead after today if he can get by Pabu and maybe a couple of others. But, oh, man, honestly, Seafreeze, I have no idea who's winning this race. It could be anybody at this point.
Yeah, safety cars in this lap. I still do think F1 Nerd or some guy can still have a shot at it, because I still think they have the speed from some of these other guys. 3 seconds isn't that much to do here, and you do have a decent amount of laps left, a full tank of battery, but the more likely scenario is whoever's going to finish third here. So that's XD, Chabar, Noah. Can Zionicle steal the win? Very likely. Pilot could even win this race. D-Swish can win this race. It's all from the start. Here it is. F1 Nerd goes. Some guy following behind. Here it is. Noah's Bowl. Chabar. Chabar looking down the inside of XD. They're going to break side by side through one. Noah's Bowl gets the undercut on Chabar, and he'll take fourth.
He gives Chabar space. They're side by side, and Chabar has that preferred line through the corner, but Noah's Bowl is going to have it here in the chicane.
And XD goes deep. Oh, and he half spins it. This gives Noah's Bowl the edge. Chabar will go through as well.
Yeah, he got a bit of contact. Contact from Noah's Bowl there.
And you look at the gap, already 2 seconds from the guys out in front. That's what I'm saying. These guys out in front could win this race. They just need to find another second or so. Very doable.
Oh, I think we're going to have side-by-side. And Ascari, there's contact! Zionicle goes off the course a little bit. Pilot has to check up.
Oh, Zionicle's wishy-washy! And he saves it.
Oh, boy.
He went through the dishwasher. Oh, and now he's deep. And Pilot, he's trying to get both of them.
It has been a nightmare last lap for Zionicle.
Here comes Chabar. Will he go down the inside, or will he stick behind? He will for the time being. He knows he needs this position and he can get a win. We're 3 laps to go in this race.
Some guy is keeping up with F1 Nerd right now. They both use about the same amount of battery, and some guy will have DRS before the end of this race. Oh, D-Swish had to slide it into the chicane, and Pabu hits him. Here's Zionicle, gonna try and make it
3 wide!
There's contact,
and they're all out.
Zionicle's out.
The big one.
Oh my goodness. Boy, I don't think Zionicle will be too thrilled about that.
Man, his car was stranded. This is a demolition derby. and we're not
Yeah.
even running the old oval legs that used to. Thank
Are you
God.
sure? Are you sure?
I think they'd
Or
all
do
be
my
dead.
eyes deceive me?
Oh wow. I don't know if they'll even get points. Is at 90%. They didn't complete lap 25.
But now, take a look at this up front, though. These two have not pulled away from Noah's Bowl. They are still, as of now, not going to win this race, or at least finish in the top two.
Yeah, I think it could come down to battery. I'm looking at Shabar. He's got around 17. Noah's a little bit higher, around 30. It seems like Noah's got the edge, though. I don't know if Shabar can get back to him and really make a move. He's right outside, right, almost outside the second. He'll have DRS for this straight. It'll help close him up, but he needs to get a good exit out of Ascari and Parabolica and try and close in for the final lap. Give himself an opportunity to win the race.
Yeah, this is huge. Whatever happens here on the front straightaway with some guy in F1 Nerd, they both need to be conscious of that gap they have down to third and fourth.
Shabar should have battery. I mean, no, yeah, DRS, he does have it, but he is very far away, no battery. Here's F1 Nerd and some guy, down in turn one, some guy goes deep, and he gets another time penalty. Oh! Total block!
Yeah, this might still be for the win, though, because some guy can contest that he was just taking the exit route there, and he wasn't actually cutting the course, but we'll see.
This is close. F1 Nerd can still win this. He's got 2.5 seconds. He needs to find a half a second. Can he find a half a second? Can he get 4 tenths? I see 3 tenths. It's about a half a second. It's going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be close. Noah's Bowl could be the next driver to win in his first TCR start. Oh, some guy, yeah, he didn't get that corner right. I think F1 Nerd's going to finish P1 on track.
On track for sure. Let's see how we shake things out. Coming through Parabolica, F1 Nerd will finish first on track, but I think it's going to be Noah's Bowl to take the win. And it is! Noah's Bowl wins in his debut in the Mercedes. F1 Nerd 6 tenths shy. Chabar finishes third by a tenth. Almost got his teammate. Wow. Some guy, because he picked up that extra penalty, is not on the podium. XD finishes Pilot, Paboo, and D-Swish in P8. We'll have to see if Zionical gets any points for 9th. We'll have to check that 90% rule.
Either way, though, Seafreeze, we do have a new points leader because F1 Nerd scored 18 points. Zionical would score 2. That would switch them 1 point going into next week.
Wow. I did not expect that. Man, if the Red Bulls are thinking, man, if this guy didn't join, it would have been a 1-2.
Yeah. Seriously, Chabar would have been a tenth away from his first win. But you know what? I did see the gap. Some guy finished more than 3 seconds behind Chabar. So regardless of that final penalty, Chabar is going to stay on the podium, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really so crazy. I mean, I think you could give so many of these drivers penalties for so much that has happened in this race. And that's kind of my personal problem with league racing nowadays is a lot of it gets sent to the stewards because so much happens out on. Like, if you take everything that happened today, and based off of what is submitted or what's not submitted, determines what penalties are given or not given. It's very difficult to come up with results.
See, Freeze, I don't think I've ever seen a race like this. This was just a whole nother breed of chaos.
And Nose Bowl gets the fastest lap as well, so grab additional point. Wow. I mean, I've definitely seen some crazy races. It's been a little while. It definitely has been a little while, but I would just. I feel like tomorrow and Thursday is going to be crazy too.
Can't wait.
Alright, see if we get these guys into the Discord, and we'll start the post-race interviews. If anyone has any questions, leave them down below.
I'm sure Charles will have a question. I see him there in the chat. I see our Golden Class Championship leader as well, GTR Lion, in the chat.
Alright, everybody's joining. We'll start the post-race interviews. We'll start with P number 3, Chabar, finishing P3. And I think if you go back in this race and you say, man, I would have had an extra tenth here, an extra couple tenths here, you could have possibly gotten your teammate, and you could have also maybe stole your first win. But P3, another podium, good points for the team. Must feel bittersweet, I guess you can say. But all in all, how was that race? What just happened?
Yeah, can you hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Copy.
All right. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's hard to poo-poo a podium, but it is a bit of a bittersweet day. I mean, like, I think it was inconsequential, my disconnection, whatever happened in that 5-lapper. I don't think I was getting points anyway. But that was weird, and, like, I was really frustrated before we set up the second lobby. And then, I mean, like, Nerd and I were talking about how long that race felt from all the safety cars. It's not what you want to see in a race. But I certainly benefited from it, starting way back, and then, because I had a damage on lap 1, just like turn 1, Monza, you know. And then rode those hards through like 6 safety cars to the front, and then was holding on, and kind of got bailed out when I got to pit for softs in the end, and then, yeah, not quite enough. But can't be mad. 2-3 Red Bull as it stands right now. Very, very positive race. Good team points. And then we had our Verstappen-Ricardo moment in the chicane. I don't know if you guys caught that.
Yes, we did. A little 360 for F1 Nerd. Or I don't know if he saved it there. I didn't know if he went fully around.
No, I think it was like halfway, but you never want to crash your teammate. So bittersweet, but hey, like, who would have thought I would have been here not ecstatic on a podium right now? So I'm really happy for the points, and congrats to Noah Bowl for winning his first TCR race.
In his first start as well. And we'll get to that.
Isn't that what I said?
Oh, alright. You don't have to be chibi. Alright. Guess he is upset. Jeez. I think you did cover a lot of bases there, but Camden, if you have any questions?
Yeah, Chabar, first of all, congrats on the podium. I think this is the first time that we've been in here, at least in the podium interviews, not on the same, podium as drivers. So this is quite a change.
feels just like Baku, which I think Nerd may have been a part of and like Disconnected. He was saying, yeah, reunion of sorts.
Definitely. Yeah, man. So I've noticed the last couple of weeks you've been leading some more laps. Today there was a point where you and Hallberg were up at the front, going for the lead, and last week there was a point as well to where you were leading laps. So, uh, how are we feeling about the rest of the season? Because it seems like you're getting better every week. Is a possible win on the horizon? Do you think before the end of the season?
My focus is on constructors, and job's not finished.
That is perfectly said right there. There you go.
To not snub your question though, it's good that we've both F1 and I have been towards the front, and I want to shout out Hallberg for having a great drive until I don't know what happened to him. It's a shame because he was having a really good race there. I don't know. I'm hoping the leading, starting off from a safety car jitters go away eventually. I might have to ask someone successful, maybe B Tom, how that goes eventually. I don't know. I'm not gonna hold out hope, but it would be really nice, wouldn't it?
Right on. Well, congrats on the podium position, and keep up that oatmeal. You've been pretty consistent this season.
Yeah, I noticed. At least I think when I disconnected, I finished oatmeal, so it's inevitable. Thank you.
There you go. Yes, sir.
All right, we will move on to P number 2, F1 Nerd. Now, is he ahead or behind by a point, Camden?
He will be ahead.
You have taken the championship lead in the silver class. F1 Nerd, you are now the leader. How does that feel after a nice P2?
Hello, Seafreeze. How's it going? Welcome back. Nice to have you back again.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
Alongside
thank you very much.
Camden. How are you guys
Hello.
doing? Hey, Camden.
Hey.
How's it going?
Oh, just great. Just saw a really exciting race.
Yeah. Well, first of all, man, Chabar, he's been killing it. You know, it's like the consistency. Let's not jinx him now or anything, knock on wood, but like the consistency, the pace is just. He's gonna get that win. It's a shame it didn't happen today, but it's coming soon. Maybe towards the end of the season, but great race from him. And yeah, well, I don't know what happened with Zionical towards the end, but he was putting up a fight in the beginning until we had like 4 safety cars in the beginning, like back to back. But I guess consistency finally pays off, and it's nice to be on top for the first time. But the main aim is just to keep a hold of it now, not lose the consistency. But yeah.
I was gonna ask you something, but then I forgot.
Oh no!
You were you were lost by a couple tenths there. Anything you could have done in the last few laps? What were you thinking? Were you watching the gap, or were you mainly watching some guy behind you? What was your mindset there in the last few?
Well, I was hoping Chabar would overtake Noah's Bulk, then he would be in P1. But then I guess it's a shame he didn't. So then, like towards the end, I just started kind of pushing, and I saw the gap kind of like being between 2.5, 2.6, and then I don't know if you guys saw like second last lap, some guy went for the overtake on me, and then he I guess skipped the chicane, and then yeah, I probably lost 3 tenths there. I don't know, maybe it would have gotten me a win today, maybe not, but I guess that's fine. But yeah, I for a second I thought I'm crashing into some guy right there and just DNFing. So I don't know what happened there, but hey, congrats to Noah's Ball for keeping it clean, I guess, with no penalties.
And how you feeling moving forward in this championship? Now, I know earlier on the season that wasn't really your focus, but I think you never really are in positions like this every season. I think you definitely at this point now leading it have to kind of go for it. And what's your mindset now as we go down to the final 5 races?
Oh wow, we got 5 races now. Damn, so fast.
right?
Yeah. I mean,
Six.
oh,
My bad.
6. Okay.
My
Okay.
bad, my bad.
6 races. I mean, honestly, just probably do the thing me and Chabar have been doing up till now. Wasn't a great start. Started with 0 points, but hey, consistency pays off, and me and Chabar have definitely been showing that. I mean, I guess I don't know what to say because you never know. Maybe Zionicle has like an absolute crazy week, 2 week of wins, or maybe DNFs. Because like it's a shame we haven't been having that on like in the lap battles. It's just been like kind of unfortunate DNFs and stuff. But I mean, since I have to focus on the drivers, I guess just keep what I'm doing right now. Fight
Race by
for
race.
both drivers and constructors. Maybe we do a Camden Chabar season again. But yeah.
Absolutely. Well, good luck in it and the rest
No,
of the way.
Camden and I never actually did the double, so let's not do that.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe let's make a new one. F1 Nerd and Chabar season. Well, but yeah,
That's
I'm
a
looking
hashtag.
forward to the end of the season now.
Nice. Well, good luck with that. Camden, any questions or?
Yeah, I got
Thanks.
one. We've covered a lot, but first of all, F1 Nerd, congrats on yet another podium this season. You and Shabar have been
Thanks,
very
Camden.
consistent. Yeah, you guys have been doing a good job at finishing races, but I do want to rewind back to the 5-lap race and the qualifying because I noticed that you ended up invalidating your qualifying lap, which put you at the back for the 5-lap race, and then I believe you ended up with a podium after that 5-lap race, which is really impressive considering you had basically 5 laps to go from almost last up to the front. Just talk about how you did that and how you were able to maneuver your way up to the front.
Well, I was mad when that happened because I was like, I think P2. I wasn't never going to fight for pole, but just being up front was like, felt kind of nice since it was especially 5 laps and then just went wide off of Ascari. And then I was just telling Chabar, like, I think me and him both invalidated at the same time. So it was not a great start to us. And I mean, you guys saw what happened in turn 1. That was crazy. So I guess maybe it was a good thing we didn't start in the front, but I told Jabbar, I'm pushing the hell out in this last 5 laps right now. We got to make up positions, and we did that. It was like me going through, Jabbar following in behind, just smooth operation through everyone, and then I guess he got disconnected, which was unfortunate because he would have probably been starting P4, P3, but yeah, we just put our heads down and just like we got a job to do.
Attaboy. Well, I like your mindset. I like the fact that you and Shabar are so focused on the constructors, focusing on that teamwork, even though you're right in the thick of the Drivers' Championship. But keep it up, man, and you're going to have a good second half of the season.
Thanks, Camden. Congrats, Noah's Bowl and Chabar. Great race from you guys.
Yes, and we will go to Noah's Bowl. The winner of tonight's race and his debut here in TCR and in the silver class. Wow. That's pretty special to win your first one and your first try at it. I guess my first question is, did you ever see anything that crazy out on track before? It seemed to be pretty chaotic, but you were able to keep somewhat of your nose clean throughout and stay somewhat out of trouble. I think everybody was at some point or another in trouble, but you were in there at the end and perfect position. So yeah, what are your thoughts?
I had a little bit of trouble going to turn 1 and the 5-lapper and in the actual race. It wasn't really fun. I had to go to the back. I pitted for softs, and then apparently another safety car came out, so I had to pit again. And then, at the end, I got lucky with like a safety car coming out because some guy made it too wide going into Lesmo, the first part of it, and he made contact with Harburg, and I don't know how I didn't DNF from it. Honestly, we hit tire to tire, and he was the only one that DNF from it. Uh, it was just kind of lucky, and then I was able to stay within 3 seconds of both of them.
Now, this is your first win in TCR. I always like to ask if this is. Have you ever done any other league racing in F1, and have you ever won, and to what extent, and any other experiences?
Yeah, I've done quite a few leagues other than this, but I haven't been the best. I've actually gotten a lot better than when I first started. I was like DNFing every race when I first started league racing in F1, but ever since then I've been, winning. I couldn't really tell you how many league wins I have in F1, but it's at least over 15, I know. But I don't think I've actually ever came into an F1 league and then won my first race there.
How long have you been league racing for?
Since right before F1 2021 came out.
Oh, all right. So yeah, that's a pretty good sample size to start and to see that improvement. So yeah, that's always good. Towards the end there, what were your thoughts through the time gapping with the penalties? At some point, you were just outside for the last few laps. You were right on the border, and in that last lap, you were able to close in there. What were your thoughts there? Did you think you could hold on like you did?
I didn't think I was going to be able to. I thought F1 there was going to be able to pull away far enough. I didn't know if some guy was going to stay with him or not, but the DRS really helped him stay with him, so that saved me. And then Chabar was right on my gearbox half the time, and it wasn't too fun. Honestly, one time I thought I was going to get wrecked, but after that I was kind of fine. I kind of broke away from him a little bit, and I was able to keep that gap. I was trying to get him out of DRS so some guy could stay on the podium, but that didn't really work. I kind of just got lucky with, the send that happened in turn 1 where some guy had to cut the track.
Sweet. And I don't know if I have any other questions, but I'm going to give it to Camden.
Yes, sir. I got one. Well, I want to rewind to the start of the broadcast because I did put Noah's Bull, a.k.a. Cody, in my podium prediction because I've had a pretty good history of racing with him on the NASCAR console world. And I said that if his pace over there translates to tonight, then he's going to be a contender. But yeah, Cody, welcome to the podium in TCR. Welcome to the Winners Club. Yeah, so we had a kind of a different format tonight with the one-shot quali, the 5-lapper. Just take us through your thoughts on the format and how you think it was, because this is probably not something you've done too often outside of this league.
I didn't think it was the worst format. I thought it was kind of weird when I read it, but the only thing I've really done was just the sprint races and league races. That's pretty much it. But honestly, I didn't think I'd even. I thought I was going to be at least around 5th. I didn't even think I was going to be on the podium because I was doing time trial laps and I kept getting understeer and then oversteer every other corner. It was just so bad, but I was able to overcome it in the race.
Now, I know that technically you're a full-time driver, I believe, right now, even though you signed up as a reserve, but we do have 6 races left, as Seafree said. So are we going to expect to see you here rest of the season, or maybe for a couple more races?
I think a couple more races for sure, but I don't know when that spot's going to be taken up by something else. But maybe I can get lucky and then I can skip 1 week and then come back and maybe win that one. But I'll definitely be back for the next 2 or 3. Oh well,
Sounds
next year.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds good. I'll make sure to put you on my podium prediction next week if you're back next week. But yeah, man, congrats on the win, and good to see you here in the league.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that's gonna do it for the post-race interviews. Yeah, pretty crazy race. I think a lot has happened. Pretty chaotic. We haven't seen that in quite a bit. Definitely the craziest race this season, in my opinion. We have a new championship leader, a debut winner. Yeah, a lot happened, and this is just the start of the TCR Grand Prix week. We have the same format for tomorrow in the Golden Class, and the TCR Grand Prix, which is a couple rounds of what we saw tonight, depending on how many drivers show up for the Platinum Class exclusive on Thursday. Next week, we are at Japan. So tune in for that. You can check the description for more information. You can join our Discord where we are the most active. The podcast will return next week. So if anyone has any ideas or wants to be a guest, let us know. Camden, any final last thoughts before we send it off?
Thought you were about to ask me if I wanted to do my 3-word summary of the race, right? Because we've done that in the past, right? So
I think it's 5 words or less, actually. But
5 words or less. Okay, I don't know if I'm capable of coming up with 5 on the spot, but yeah, if I could come up with 3 quick words to kind of summarize what we had, the first one would be chaotic. 4 safety cars, ton of retirements, definitely chaotic. I'm going to say implications because, like you said, we have a new championship leader. And then the third word would be rookie. We just had a debut driver come in and win in his first start. Yeah, this is about everything that you would want to look for in a race if you're looking for that entertainment value. So if you like what you're seeing, we've got 6 more weeks of this, so stay tuned.
Absolutely. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in for tonight. Tomorrow's the Golden Class. Thursday for the Platinum Class. And yeah, it's Camden, myself, C. Freeze. It's been a pleasure. And until next time, have a good night, everybody.